No, this is not ASMR. That ain't my thing. Just I was watching this movie and I saw a bunch of Pepsi cans and I'm thinking, why does that product placed on that table make me want to go and get a Pepsi that I already bought to consume it? Hmm. It's almost as if they were trying to tell me something. Hmm. Also, that's still the fan going. Also, I talk about how I wanted to see like a Death spinoff. I forgot to mention that William Sadler, his version of Death, actually showed up on Tales from the Crypt. I had a conversation with the Crypt Keeper, and it's crazy. Look it up. I believe it's the same episode Superman was in, or at least that same season. And by Superman, I mean Christopher Reeve. So yeah, look into that. I don't need the light. I forgot to mention in the previous video that you might hear the fan because it's hot. Yeah. So I just finished. Turn it off. I just finished Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and I like that song better than the first one. And I like this movie better than the first one, man. Like I was hooked when Johann Sebastian Bach showed up, because that's my favorite composer. He composed my favorite piece of music, Toccata and Fugue in D minor. Love it. This one was just better than the first one. It was funnier. There was way more musical stuff in it, way more musical jokes. Like when Jim Martin from Fate No More showed up, like here's Jim Martin of Fate No More. The Fate No More church over, I'm like, that's hilarious. Oh man, Primus had a cameo. I haven't heard them in a long time. I gotta listen to that new Fate No More album. I still haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, I took notes on this one. This was so good. Okay, so Pam Grier is in this, right? Which I was not expecting because I haven't seen this in so long. It's like it was the first time. Like I still remember the first Bill and Ted. This one a little bit. So when Pam Grier showed up, I didn't know. I was silent. I walked out. I can't believe I haven't talked about Pam Grier on this channel yet. I've been meaning to for the longest time. I've been meaning to talk about Blackula, and she's in the second Blackula, so there you go. Maybe you'll talk about Bones. She's in that. The movie, not the TV show. Yeah, my first black exploitation movie was Bucktown, which starred Fred Willard and Pam Grier. Pam Grier's boobs. You know the scene. But yeah, man, that was awesome. She's only in three scenes, and George Garland, who's Rufus, is only in two scenes. One of which is when Pam Grier took off her Pam Grier costume and revealed she was George Garland. Thanks for that image. Clarence Clemens wasn't in this one. Hmm. But a lot of people are like, how are you going to honor him in this new one? And I'm like, yeah, name him George Garland. How are you going to honor them? So this one is crazy, man. The first one is just about doing a history report. I'm a history buff. Yeah, I love music. That's why I love the first one. This one, okay, starts out with Bill and Ted getting killed, right? And then by evil Bill and Ted, who are robots, who do this thing with their mouth like that. Reminded me of that movie, the poster for, what is it, Dead Alive. It's also called Brain Dead. So that's pretty cool. And then, and the effects were good for the robots too. Really good, man. And so they killed Bill and Ted, dropped a homophobic slur. If you haven't seen it, this that one begins with a F, ends with a G. Yeah. And a few scenes later, they're seen possibly sexually assaulting Bill and Ted's girlfriends. I know this movie got that dark, and Death's in it. Speaking of Death, he was just as funny as I remember, man. Like I laugh at this one way more than the first one, and a lot of it is because of Death. This is my favorite depiction, the funniest depiction to me of Death. And it's up there with like the Norm Macdonald slash Adam Carolla depiction in Family Guy. All right, especially after they beat him, man, it just gets even more hilarious. I want a spin-off movie because it's not based on the ending. He went solo and it didn't work out. Like I want to know what was his name, The Reaper. What is his album called? Uh, Death Myself. Like I want to know, man. Uh, so yeah, they're killed. They beat Death, who takes them to see God, who gives them something to communicate with aliens. They're aliens now, and they look like if Alf were a mole man. So uh, they're aliens, and they're the smartest beings, and all. Okay, that makes sense. And so they help build good robot Bill and Ted's to help fight the bad ones. And I leave it out so much because this movie's so crazy. So you guys hear it yourself, man. Like, whoa. Like, when they went to hell, I didn't know that was Alex Winter as his own grandmother. Like, I didn't know. Till I read the credits here. It was nasty. Ew. But yeah, and the devil, along with the alien, once they do the fusion dance, it turned into a bigger version of the alien. They both sound like Dr. Claw. And the devil, he says, at one point, he goes, like, choose your eternity. That close. Like, he would have said, choose your destiny. I'm like, oh, he's Shao Kahn. You know, I was waiting for him to say, next time, Bill and Ted, I'll get you. You know, oh man, this movie was just awesome. Ted's, yeah, Ted's dad still a hard ass. He still sucks. This time for no reason. Uh, Bill's mom divorces Ted's. No, Bill's mom divorces Bill's dad and marries Ted's dad. I'm like, damn, and Nancy ends up marrying someone else at the end, whatever. I wonder if she'll be in Bill and Ted 3. Also, one thing people pointed out when Bill and Ted 3, the trailer for it came out, Bill and Ted, they had two sons. They each had a son, but in the trailers for Bill and Ted 3, they have daughters. People are like, what happened there? And it's like, it can be one or two things. They mess with time a lot, and also it's 2020. So you gotta have a woman, black character, and someone who's LGBT. Well, if you're Batwoman Season 2, get someone who's all three. There you go. But yeah, uh, that all my notes. That is all my notes. My goodness, this movie was insane, and I loved it. I wish some of the characters from the first movie came back besides Bill, Ted, and Rufus. But oh, and their girls and uh, Bill's mom. I guess was now Ted's mom or was Ted's mom. I don't know. I know that there's when evil when evil Bill meets his former stepmother, he says, "Hello, future wife." So I wonder if they'll follow through with that in Bill and Ted 3. I don't know. Oh man, this one was a good time. This one was a good time. This one is an A for sure. And that is all. And remember, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.